Hello, and welcome to the first video tutorial of the DSS tool CAFE. This DSS tool has been developed within the frame of the project Life Brazilian Forest. It is a co-funded project by European Union's LIFE program in order to promote forest management at larger scale to improve forest resilience to wildfire, water scarcity, environmental degradation, and other effects induced by climate change. The specific goals of the project are, in first place, to develop this decision support system for forest managers. Then we want also to demonstrate the usefulness of this DSS at both catchment and subcatchment level in Germany, Portugal, and Spain, which are the countries involved in this project. We also are developing a complete monitoring system that includes life cycle assessment of forest management approach. And of course, we are also transferring management approaches around Europe. Within this project, we are 5 partners: the Technical University of Valencia in Spain, the Association for the Development of Hydrodynamic Industry in Portugal, the Research Center in Germany, Jülich, the European Biomass Industry Association, and the City Hall of Serra and east of Spain. Well, here I'm going to talk about why do we think we need this DSS, what's the DSS potential, and which results does it bring it to us. So when we do forest management, we are modifying the provisioning of ecosystem services, for better or for worse. We don't know that, but we certainly know we are modifying this ecosystem services provisioning. Also, we are usually managing for one goal. Usually we're managing for wood, for timber, for cork, for pulp, sometimes for water, for climatic resilience. But why go just for one goal? And even if we do go for one goal, what happens with the rest of the ecosystem services? So that's where we think we need this DSS. On the one hand, to quantify what's going on with ecosystem services, either they are a management goal or not, and on the other hand, to make possible this multi-objective forest management, to include more goals into our management scheme. We include goals such as biomass, like production. It could be wood, it could be pulp, it could be pellets, water, fire risk, carbon sequestration, climatic resilience, the structural biodiversity, and others. So we think the potential of this DSS is, on the one hand, this quantification of ecosystem services provisioning with and without forest management, and on the other hand, to be able to design and plan a forest management scheme that optimizes more than one ecosystem service at the same time. When we are talking about forest management, what are we talking about here? We're talking about solving the 4 typical questions when we deal with forest management. First, how much do we have to thin? I mean, like, how intense should our thinning be? Where do we have to do it? Usually we don't have money to cope with the whole forest, so we usually have to split into different places. When do we have to do the next one and the next one? It's like a long-term planning. And how do we have to do it? Do we have to go for the big trees? Do we have to go for the small trees? Do we have to go for the species A or B? So summarizing, the DSS potential is this quantification of ecosystem services in any forest, protective or productive forest, designing a forest management scheme at any spatial scale, forest managing and planning at landscape scale. Of course, water resource planning and management, we don't have to forget forests are usually in upper catchment environments, and that's whatever we do there, it is going to affect downstream. Carbon sequestration, like carbon farming schemes, and adapting forests to climate change. This DSS tool works at any spatial scale, from forest plantation to a whole catchment. It is possible to combine up to 5 ecosystem services at the same time, like water, biomass, carbon sequestration, etc. And they can also be subdivided into different processes, like water can be a stream flow, can be deep percolation, can be soil moisture, or can be a combination of whatever, the three or even more. The user is the one who chooses the relevance of each ecosystem services, and always quantify the rest of ecosystem services, even if they are not chosen as management goals. The result that brings us the DSS tool is a list of optimum solution answering whatever combination of the 4 questions we want to answer. We can answer just one of them, 3 of them, or whatever combination you need. A quantification of goods and services provisioning, of course, a quantitative comparison with the baseline scenario. It will always tell you if you are doing better or worse than the baseline scenario. And this baseline scenario can be whatever you want. And if working in a distributed way, you will get a distribution map of the management scheme, temporal and or spatial. So thank you.